Beyoncé and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Another thing, Jay-Z wanted him out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist around.
Why has Jay-Z been coming up with you lately?
Because he's a monster. He's a monster. And I've known he's a monster for years.
Mm-hmm.
I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more drugs he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a character.
No, girl. Not my beautiful Beyonce 5.
I tell you this right now. Y'all talking about free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce.
Y'all wish it what you wish it to stay on top.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been accused of being involved in occultic activities severely, but no evidence has ever backed those claims. Well, not until recently, when Beyoncé's alleged former bodyguard decided to reveal all that goes down in the Carter's household. The former bodyguard, who goes by the name Uncle Ron, posted several videos on TikTok where he talked about several controversial things that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have done. One particular thing he mentioned was how the celebrity couple has stepped on and even unalived those they considered to be competition.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyoncé, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are, how you step on anybody to stay on the top.
The former bodyguard also alleged that Beyoncé and Jay-Z's marriage is not real and that it's just a contract to help them reach the top.
So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
In the same clip, the former bodyguard also accused Jay-Z of keeping Beyoncé under the influence of substances in order to control her.
Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Now, the accusations made by Ron have not been verified, but could there be a chance that they are true? Let's investigate. Beyoncé was accused of completely destroying Carrie Hilson's career after claims from the Bayhive that Carrie had thrown shade at Queen Bee in her hit song, Turnin' Me On. Although the lyrics didn't explicitly mention Beyoncé's name, many listeners believe that some lines from the Turning Me On lyrics were a stinging attack on Beyoncé. Your vision cloudy if you think that you do best. You can dance, she can sing, but need to move it to the left, she's saying. Many believe that Carrie Hilson dissed Beyoncé with lines about moving it to the left because it seemed to be a reference to Beyoncé's 2006 song Irreplaceable. The beef between Carrie and Beyoncé skyrocketed in 2011 when Carrie refused to hold the newest issue of Juicy magazine after noticing Beyoncé and Jay-Z were on the cover. As a result of this, Carrie faced an unimaginable amount of backlash from Queen Bee's fans in the following years. As the internet hate grew more severe and became unbearable, Carrie took to Twitter in 2013, where she wrote, "You have no idea what your hateful words could do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal abuse from strangers all day long. Enough is enough." In the upcoming years, Carrie tried to move on with her career, but fans wouldn't let her forget the beef. In fact, the singer has not released a single album in the past decade since the backlash from Beyoncé's fans forced Carrie to step away from the limelight. Well, if you think that's the only celebrity that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have destroyed, think again. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have also been accused of not only conspiring against, but also unaliving a talented R&B singer by the name of Aaliyah. It's alleged that Aaliyah was killed by the Rockefellers to promote Beyoncé as Jay-Z's queen.
By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that record. From the Austin Power shit, it was some of the worst ever. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and you know, kind of think it's crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page Six. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dame. And Aaliyah's gone, and you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some keep getting?
Right.
Aaliyah, being older and having more experience, literally paved the way for Beyoncé's stardom because before Aaliyah passed away in the plane crash, she was modeling, singing, dancing, and acting. She was set to play Jada Pinkett Smith's role in The Matrix and also play as a sister in the remake of the classic movie Sparkle. It is evident that Beyoncé took over what was Aaliyah's dream life. In fact, in an interview in Paris just weeks before she died, Aaliyah talked about all of her dreams that she wanted to fulfill. One day I will travel to Egypt. I will be there where Cleopatra and the pharaohs lived. Unfortunately, I can't meet them anymore. If I had a time machine, I would visit the ancient Egypt. Who knows? Perhaps Cleopatra and me would become very good friends. At least I would have lived an experience of that ancient culture, which I only know from books. My books about Egypt are sacred. I used to read every story about Egyptian kings and queens. Sometimes I watch just the pictures. I dream to stand in front of these imposing buildings, or I make a movie in Egypt. My favorite character to impersonate is Cleopatra. If there will be a remake of that movie, I will apply for this character immediately. Did Beyoncé's character not play as Cleopatra in Dreamgirls? Yes, she is. In the same interview, Aaliyah also claimed that she wanted to design clothes and accessories. Next, I want to let come true another dream. No, two dreams. I will design clothes and accessories together with a friend, she said. Well, is Beyoncé not designing clothes and accessories? Yes, she is. The two singers shared very similar roots, hailing from an R&B background with a budding acting career on the side. For many, this proved the two singers were on the same path. And apparently, only one of them would be allowed to stay on. Hence, people made a theory claiming that the Illuminati had selected Beyoncé to carry on the legacy because Aaliyah was trying to get out of it. Aaliyah was killed in a plane crash almost immediately after the twin-engine Cessna 402B she was on took off from Marsh Harbor. The sad story of Aaliyah goes to prove just how much Beyoncé and Jay-Z really crave money and fame. Aside from silencing their competition, the celebrity couple are also allegedly in a marriage of convenience. Business is always part of the equation. They know that they're the king and queen of hip-hop, and really all of music. Neither wants to lose that, an insider said concerning their marriage. The pair supposedly began as a romantic pursuit, but only on Jay-Z's end. According to Bey's uncle, Beyoncé wasn't always fond of Jay-Z. He was after her and she wasn't interested. She told me she wasn't too fond of him. I guess she wasn't attracted to him, he revealed. Another source also confirmed the nature of Jay-Z and Beyoncé's marriage, saying, Jay's a kingmaker. She recognized that. This was a come up for her, no question. She had to learn the ropes as presented by Jay, but really, this was mostly about business. The source also alluded to the fact that Jay-Z controls Beyoncé. There's no bigger controller than Jay. She's great, but she'd be a little lower on the totem pole if it weren't for hooking up with him, the insider said. Speaking of controlling, Jay-Z has also been accused of intoxicating Beyoncé in order to control her. Although there's no evidence to back this claim, Beyoncé might have proved that she actually gets intoxicated by the strict rules she's put in place for her upcoming Renaissance tour. The 41-year-old R&B singer emphasized that no drugs or alcohol are allowed on her tour. I don't know about you, but I think this specific policy makes it sound like she is really struggling to stay sober, hence she doesn't want any temptation during her tour. This tour comes after Beyoncé did her first ever concert since 2018. The artist faced massive criticism after this concert, which was done in Dubai, where she was paid a whopping $24 million for the one-off concert. Her decision to sing in Dubai, where homosexuality is illegal and considered a crime, technically punishable by death, has been widely condemned. Some LGBTQ plus rights activists called her out. Peter Techel was particularly vocal with his criticism, saying that Beyoncé's performance in a dictatorship like Dubai was a huge mistake. He added that she had abandoned her own progressive values and put a money-grabbing paycheck before human rights. Like many of her LGBT fans, I feel betrayed and angry, he said, adding that her liberal reputation has taken a hard knock. The allegations that have been made against Beyoncé and Jay-Z are definitely wild, but many fans are convinced that there's some truth in them. I love Bey and her music, but in all honesty, we really don't know that much about her because she's done an amazing job of curating the perfect image for herself, Virgo tings. But I do know one thing, people with that amount of power and influence as she has does not get there without leaving a few bodies in their path. I can only imagine the deal she's had to make, one person wrote. With the amount of power Jay and Bey has, they had to step on a lot of people to achieve that. So I believe everything that man is saying, another person added, while a third person simply wrote, "We know Beyoncé's art. We don't know Beyoncé." Well, that's it for today, folks. Bye.